Hello. Hello, y'all. Am I live right now? Okay, yeah. Hello, you all. I'm Aishwarya Sukhija, and I am studying Bachelor of Nursing. And I came to Australia in 2019. It was 14th of February. And I welcome you all today to my live video. And today I feel grateful that I got a chance to take over Map My Studies account and go live with you all during this current situation, COVID-19. And I would like to share my experience as international student during this situation, COVID-19 here. And so I would start by hello, good morning. Yep. So I would start by talking about how I felt when I just arrived here. So when I just arrived here, I was a bit nervous because it was my first time moving from a different country all by myself, and I was going all alone. And I was like anxious how it's gonna be like. I'm gonna manage everything, but as it said, Melbourne is one of the most livable city, and it indeed is. It's one of the most beautiful places I've come so far, and I really was amazed how everybody around here, they're so helpful, and you don't really feel like you have come to a whole different place here. People talk, like people understand, like even if you have a bit of communication gap with them, but it's all good. So I as soon as I arrived, the first week I had my orientation, and it went pretty well. Like in that orientation, they actually tell you about everything that you're gonna be going through, the classes, and they tell you about the Australian slangs, and actually there you get a chance to talk to a lot of people. You can actually make friends there, you see people from different cultures and different countries, and it's actually like really overwhelming in the beginning, but as soon as you start talking to people, it becomes easy, and in that there's like a lot of activities on the first day itself, and it's actually a lot of fun. And as further I'll talk about my accommodation. Yep. So when I just arrived here, I was living on campus, and I wasn't really too happy about living on campus because, like, oh yeah, it must be like a hostel, or it could be like a boarding. But nah, it was totally opposite of what I thought. Living on campus has been so far one of the best experiences in Melbourne, and because living on campus is like you have access to a lot of resources there, and like you actually get a chance to live with a lot of people there. Otherwise, when you come to Melbourne, the biggest thing that you have on your head is like the accommodation. You might face a lot of accommodation issues, but if you live on campus, you actually live with students that are your age, and they're all studying different courses, and you get a chance to like communicate with them. You sit with them, you can and there are like a lot of I can say okay, I'm not getting the word. Like there are a lot of things available in the on-campus setup. There's like a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of study rooms. There's like where you can sit with your friends and talk to them, and there's dining system as well. That's one of the best things I'll say. That's of the on-campus thing, because when you just go there, it's a bit hard for you, because I believe we don't really learn to cook there, and we basically depend upon oh yeah, all our lives we depend on our parents for like cooking, and we are like literally like served with everything. So this is one thing on campus. There's the dining, so you don't really have to worry about food. And what else I can say about on-campus resident? Okay, yeah. So one thing I'd like to tell you about on-campus is that there are different buildings, and every building has like a group leader. So the group leader actually, they form a Facebook group in which you can there's like there are different teams in which you know they keep a check on the students, if you need anything, and like how you coping up, you feel like, if you, and there are like a lot of services available as well, like they help you to access all the services, like for emotional support, because we international students, as we come from a different country, we might be feeling homesick. So yeah, so the teams in the university or in the residential area, I can say, helps you with everything. And yeah, also, so I would like to talk about my current place I'm living at. So I'm currently living at in the city that's like heart of Melbourne. So basically, I started living on campus in the beginning, but then I had to move out after a while, because I feel it's only good to live on campus if you don't want to work and you only want to study. And but if you want to, like, work, and if you want to study at the same time, so I feel like it's gonna be a little hard for you, because a lot of jobs that are available, that are mostly in the city area, like in the main area. So I moved out. It was so I would say the on campus and off campus life was totally different. Like I feel like when I was on campus, I still felt like a student. But as soon as I moved off campus, it was like a whole different thing. Like I feel like I stepped into an outer world. I have to take care of myself. I have to cook by myself. I have to do laundry, and I have to do everything. And the craziest experience so far that has been in my life is working. When I got my first job, and I was like, oh my god, that was the best thing. And also, so I will say that finding jobs in Melbourne is a bit hard. But at during current situation, COVID-19. But otherwise, there's like lots and lots of jobs available in Melbourne. You just have to look at the right place. And I would suggest you all, if you guys have like references, I would literally suggest you all to use the references, because sometimes when you come, you don't really have experience, so it gets a bit hard for you to step into their world. So yeah, one thing I would really tell, that in Melbourne there's like lots and lots of cafes in like every alley, every street you walk by. They're like, you're gonna find like around 10 cafes, like literally in just one alley. So one thing that's really gonna help you when you just arrive here is to get a job, is if you're looking for a job, is to do a barista course. If you do a barista course, and you just mention it on your resume that yes, I have a barista course, I've done the barista course, and I've experience as a barista. It's gonna help you get into cafes, and you can start off your working career in Melbourne. Yeah, this is one thing that I have actually learned so far, that you need to work hard here to make a living in Melbourne. So also I would like to talk about the yeah okay, yeah, I would like to talk about the weather and how's everything in Melbourne. So Melbourne is like, as it's said, like Melbourne is a place where you literally see like five like weathers in one day. It's so true, but that's nothing to be scared of. It's actually fun, like you could wake up with like a sun. It could be a sunny day, like it's beautiful sun when you wake up, and by the time the day progresses, it could go a bit rainy, and at the night it could get a bit cold. So I would suggest, like, when you come to Melbourne, you really need to have like an umbrella and a pullover, or just to keep yourself prepared for the weather. But the best part of the weather of Melbourne's weather is like it's not extreme. It's not extremely cold, or it's not extremely hot. It's fun. And there's like so many beaches in Melbourne, and so many places you would want to go to, and it's just so much fun. You can enjoy the hot sun in the summers, and you can go to the beach, and like just have fun, go out with your friends, and literally like it's gonna be totally different because we come from India. There's not like a lot of beaches there, so like, you know, but when you come to Australia and you see all this, it's like amazing. It's like wow. So when I just first arrived, I was like I literally felt like, oh my god, where did I just come, you know, like I was like, oh my god. The first thing I told my uncle, I was like, he was driving me by, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like I've come to like a movie, you know. So it was amazing. I literally suggest like all the students to literally like be excited about coming outside, because it's like literally life changing. You feel like you're in a movie. It's like totally a whole different thing. There's no comparison. So I will get to the questions now. Okay, yeah. So I would definitely take all your questions. I'd be glad if you'll ask me the questions about me staying in Australia. Okay, so I have a question here, and that's how you find your studies here. Oh yeah, nice. So as I told you, I'm studying Bachelor of Nursing. So when I just arrived here, I wasn't really can say like, you know, I didn't really have a lot of idea what's my studies gonna be like here, because from India it's all theoretical, you know. It's totally theory. You're like a bookworm. You have to be a bookworm. You have to get high grades and all. So when I just started, it was like I had like, there are basically units in it, and every unit basically you have to do like 3 to 4 units like per trimester, you know. So and they're it's actually very easy. They had the way they have design studies is like really helpful. Like every unit will further have like only like nine weeks, so there's like weekly content. So you have classes every week, one class per week, and that actually, and you like in that 2 hours lecture, you can, you know, you're like 12 students, or if it's like a seminar, you know, you can sit and you can communicate with your, you know, facilitator, and it's actually nice, you know. You can talk to them, you can talk, it's easy, you know, the way you communicate. And one thing I will literally like tell you all, what makes studies easier in Melbourne here, like studying in universities like here, is you need to make friends. If you do not make friends in the beginning, you're gonna find yourself stuck. You're gonna feel like, oh my god, it's such a juggernaut task to do your assignments, and you know, to meet the deadlines, or how to proceed with structures and everything, right? So it could be a bit, you know, icky, or it could be a bit, you know, like tricky in the beginning. It'll be like, you feel like, oh my god, I can't do it. I just feel like it's not my thing. That's what I used to feel in the beginning, because I was like, oh my, no. But as I'm you know, progress, I realize if you make friends, and you know, like when you sit, you know, you can talk to them and you see how they do things. They help you do the assignments, you know. So basically I'll say the biggest difference between studies in India and here, international studies, is it's more practical. Especially nursing, it's all practical, you know. All they teach you is you know, talk, communication skills, and you know, how nurses gonna communicate with the patients, and how it's all critical thinking. Like, you know, how are you gonna act in a given scenario. So it's basically, you have to use your brain, how you're gonna be acting in that given scenario. It's not bookish. Like, you have some bookish content, but that's not the base. All you have to use, you have to be very active, you have to be proactive while doing your course. You cannot just you know, rely on text. No, you have to be very interactive, you know. You have to come up with the questions while you're in your seminars. Yeah, so that's what I would like to tell you about the studies here. And so yeah, somebody said, how long has it been? Okay, so I've been here for like 1.5 years, and it's I'm like, I literally started my 2nd year here in Australia, and I am loving it so far. It doesn't even feel like I've been here for like 1.5 year feels like forever. Like I literally adapt so well in here, because as I told you, people around, they're so nice, there's no racism here, like literally they welcome you. Like it's, you get like a warm welcome. And when you tell you from I told them, like, as I belong to Punjab, I told them I'm from Punjab, and they really loved it. And like they're so keen on knowing my culture. And they actually, one thing, they really love the food. So yeah, I'll take another question. So it's, how are the people in Australia? Oh yeah, so as I already mentioned, people in Australia are like really nice. Like obviously every place has different like different groups. Depends what are you getting into. So in general, I say there's not no racism here, I believe. And people are really like easy to talk to. It's like not really hard to talk to people. That's what I believe. People in Australia are really nice, and they always have a smile on it. They're like, when I just arrived, I was like, oh my god, I went to cafes and shit, and I was like, oh my god, they're like so expressive. They always have a smile on their face while you talk to them. And they're like, one thing you learn from them people is like, you become very expressive. You feel like when you talk, you can see, like, yeah. So okay, yes, it's your job doesn't bother your studies. How do you manage both being enrolled into a nursing program? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'll talk about my job. Yeah, I started working after 6 months of arriving here. In the beginning, I was trying to set into studies, and then I was like, okay, yeah, it's not easy being an international student and not working at the same time. Nah, you cannot really do until unless you have your financially equipped to not to work here. So when I started working, I've done like quite a lot of jobs till now. It wasn't real, and I was living in the city at the same time. I was just like and I'll say it was like the workplace was like just like 10 minutes walk from my hometown. And like the place I'm living at, and my university is like 45 to 50 minutes. So one thing I'll tell, like, if you live close to the university, then you should make sure, like, okay, so I will put it that way, that so it'll be really great, like if you're living close to university, you find a workplace that's close to your the place you're living at, or otherwise you can do one thing. Either you can live very close to the university and find a workplace that's very close to your a bit far from your university, or if you're living away from the university, you can find the workplace that's close to your the place you're living at, or and so it's like, it's balanced. You don't feel like really stressed, okay, I have to manage my work and I have to manage my studies. Because one thing that really bothers you when you're living here is the distance. Because sometimes distance gets like, like there's like a lot of travel, like it's like 30 minutes traveling here. 30 minutes is like nothing, like even if you have to travel from one suburb to another, it'll just take you like 30 minutes like that. It takes me like 15 minutes to go to my university. In the beginning, I was like, oh my god, my 1 hour is gone. So, but as you start living here, gradually you realize that time here, like, it literally, like, everything is so far. So okay, yeah, I'll get back to the question. Oh my god, I talk a lot. So yeah, my job doesn't really bother my studies. It's all about managing it well. So this is one really good thing about Deakin University. You get a chance to choose your own timetable in the beginning when you enroll into units. So you get a chance to choose your timetable. And so when you choose it, you can choose accordingly. Like you can put all the classes in the first working days, first few days, and then you can put your work. You can choose to work in days like the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can choose your day, like, yeah, like that. You work on those days, and that would actually help you. And I believe it's actually therapeutic working when you're studying, because as I suggest, studying in Australia is not really it's not really hard if you do it in a right manner. So you have time to do a lot of things aside. When you're studying, you can actually you can do something creative, you know. You can have fun. You can literally take out time for yourselves. You don't really have to be a bookworm. You just need to put in the right amount of time into your studies, and literally you have enough time, more than enough time, to work, make money, and you know, and just feel nice. So enroll. Yeah, so hi dear, is the curriculum differ over there? What all these things the student must keep in mind? Okay, so it's what all things the student must keep in mind while moving abroad. So Kanika, I will say, when you're moving to abroad, you should go out with the mindset your life is gonna flip, your life is gonna change, like, totally. Because when we are in India, when we come from our hometown, we are served, like, basically we literally are served. We don't have to do our laundry, we don't really have to cook, we don't really, like, you know, like, we don't have to commute to places like really far. We basically depend on our parents for pretty much everything, and and there's somebody to take care of us all the time. But this is one thing that you have to keep in mind, that you are going to be independent now. You have to do your laundry, you have to do your like, you know, dishes, you have to do everything, you have to cook. And one thing I literally would like most of the students to do is learn a bit of cooking skills, because it's very, like, everything is very expensive in Melbourne, and coming from India, you I don't feel like it's nice to, you know, like, or anybody would want to, you know, buy 3 meals a day. And so yeah, you should definitely learn, like, some basic cooking skills. Otherwise, you know, like, you meet people here, you make friends, you know, you start living with them, you gradually learn, you know, cooking and stuff. So one thing that you become, okay, I'll count on tips, you're gonna get independent. You have to do most of your things, actually everything, on your own, and you should know cooking. And you should make yourself a bit strong, you know, like, you should not come with a weak mindset, you know, because there's no going back. Once you've come here, you have to make sure that you're gonna make your life here, and you won't leave until you have done something, you know. I would want you all to come with that mindset. Okay, yes, I've come here to do something, even if some situations are gonna make you feel a bit weak, but that's not the end, you know. After that, you feel like really strong, you feel like, yes, you've done something, you have achieved something. Yeah. So oh yeah, okay. So due to COVID-19, studies have definitely been impacted. So I actually went to it was like a new second year, and I literally went for like a week, not even like 3-4 days, and we get a news. Okay, there's something called COVID-19, and it's affecting the studies, and so our classes are going to be online. In the beginning, it was a bit icky because I haven't really studied online, so I was like, how I'm gonna manage? And nursing is actually all about all about practical, you know. So how I'm gonna manage to do it online? So but you know, in the contrary part, when I started studying online, it was you know, surprising, because online studying is, I think, way better. Not really way better, in some ways it's better than you know, face-to-face classes, because in online study you do not have, like, you know, it's not necessary that, you know, you have to, you know, can say you have to be on time, and you know, like, you don't have to worry about getting ready, or you have to worry about, you know, getting breakfast or whatever, you know, like, okay, you don't have, it's not like there's no time limit. Even if you miss it, you can, there's always like a recording, they always record the sessions. And in the sessions, I'll describe the sessions a bit more. In the sessions, you actually get a chance to communicate with the facilitators more. It's like a platform where you can actually talk, you can participate more, and you can talk to the students as well, because there's like a chat session, like section on the side, and you can actually talk to the facilitator, and they ask you questions, you know, and you are free to ask whatever. So I feel like online classes is a better way to understand, and you know, like, go through your, you know, the unit content and everything, and talk to your professor. And that's what I feel like online studies is basically a new thing. And you know, I think technology has made it way better. And also, like, the teachers have like office hours, and the teachers always give you their like address to where you can contact them in the office hours. I would definitely always drop by and say them hi, because it's always nice, I'm that kind of person. So yeah, online studies is actually nice, so you can do for especially for lazy people. You don't really have to get out, and you can just literally watch your lectures from your bed, or at your place. Yeah. So yeah, how about the job opportunities? Yeah, I actually talked about this in the beginning, that there's a lot of job opportunities, but you just have to look at the right place, and you just need to, make sure you are not wasting time. You actually looking in the certain, like, you can actually, yeah, I would suggest you like Deakin, aside of being a very good institution. It also provides you with the DUSA. There's this thing called DUSA in Deakin that actually helps you with everything. It's for example, accommodation, and like international students who are struggling to find a job in the beginning. So yeah, you can always go to them and have a talk with the mentor, like the study mentor, or anything, or whatever. You can talk to them, and they will basically guide you about where you should apply, and they actually help you find a job. And also that they'll help you find a job in the place that's close to you, close to the place you're residing at. So yeah, there's quite a lot of job opportunities in Melbourne if you look at the right place. Yeah. Okay, yeah. What advice would you give to the students applying in for nursing? Yeah, so I will say nursing is really amazing. In the beginning, I thought it could be. It's nothing like as I told you, it's nothing like as in India. Nursing here is. I've actually talked about nursing before. Just in the beginning. You can always replay the video and get to it, but I'll talk a bit more about it. So I will ask you all the students who are going to apply for nursing. I'll literally want you to bring some things with you, like that's like a stethoscope and blood pressure measuring device. I'll literally would suggest you all to bring it with you, because it's like you can literally save a fortune if you bring it with you from your hometown, because it's so expensive here to buy all this stuff here, because that's what you're gonna need as a student, as a first year nurse in Australia. So yeah, that's one thing that I would like to suggest for students applying for nursing. And yeah, so there are some things I would like to talk to the students. Like I will mention that here you have to make sure that you are on track with your mails, because there's especially for the nursing students, you have to actually fill like quite a lot of documents. There are like 15 to 20 documents, police check, and working with children. There's a lot of things that you have to do before you commence nursing. So I would say that you have to make sure that you are on track with your mails, and you talk to the facilitator. If you're not able to understand anything, the best thing to do for the students is to email their facilitator or the tutor, the unit chair for the particular unit or the subject they're going to be studying. You send them an email and be like, okay, yeah, I'm struggling a bit. Can you please tell me what are the requirements or the prerequisites I have to fill in before the course starts? So one thing basically you have to keep in mind is keeping track of your mails. That's gonna actually help you a lot. Yeah. I'll take another questions. Oh yeah, so how's the university supporting international in this pandemic? Okay, yeah, so it was a very hard time. It literally dawned upon me, like, cause I was working, and actually, the current pandemic led me to, led me to lose one of my jobs, and the other job I lost my working hours. So I was literally having a hard time managing my expenses, especially when you're paying your own rent, you know, and you're managing your own expenses and everything, you're going out and your own expenses, it's like very hard for you to manage. So thankfully university had this thing called International Emergency Relief Fund for the international students. So there was like a portal, and you have to sign in the portal, like, you know, there was a form, and you fill that form out for the students whosoever face what problems are you facing. Is it like due to loss of student employment, or, you know, like family income, you know. So they have been like really supportive. So in the beginning they had like this form that was providing you like $1,500 or $250 for all the students, you know. And so yeah, that was one of the forms. And at the later stage also they provided with the Coles card. Coles is just like a, you know, a supermarket here, so where you can get all your grocery and all your basic stuff there. So they also provided every student, you know, you just need to sign up. And that's why I said you should keep track of your mail. They send everything to you in your mail. They send a mail where you can sign up, and all the students will get a digital Coles card where you can just scan and you get a $50 card. And further, got the government and the university paid up, and they helped the students further, you know, like the ones who were facing hardship. So yeah, I applied for that student fund, and actually I received like $1,100 from the government and university. Yes, it was pretty helpful, you know. So receiving even a single dollar when you're in the moment of help could be helpful. But the university like literally paid us like you know, $1,500 and then $50 Coles card, and that was actually very helpful. Also in this time that I would say, like as I struggled a bit to pay the fee, because here you have to pay the fee like every trimester, you know. So it could be a bit hard at times, because, you know, you have to be ready, and everybody has been facing a bit of problems. So the university, you can talk to the student central and the student advisor, and they will literally advise you to drop the unit, or, you know, like do less units, or or you can pay the fee at a later stage in you know. Also I've heard in like some courses they also have a fee waiver, you know, like if you're not able to commence your studies, or, you know, you don't want to continue, or you feel like you want to go back or whatever, and just to make it easier and just to make you stay and not, you know, make you discontinue studies, they have a fee waiver in some of the courses as well. So I think that's pretty helpful. Yeah. So yeah, as I already talked about how was the help during lockdown by government and uni. Yeah, I already talked about it. Yeah. Oh yeah, what kind of free activities did you find in the university? Yeah, so there are actually a lot of activities that take place in university. You feel like when you enter Deakin University, you don't feel like it's like a study campus, basically, you know. You feel like you've come somewhere. It's so dreamy, like every corner, it's so beautiful. First of all, it's so massive. I forgot to mention. I'm sorry, I was not able to take you all to Deakin University and show you around, because, you know, because of the lockdown, I'm literally at my place, and I'm doing this video from my place itself, and I would definitely like to show you around a bit of where I'm living. That's actually very beautiful. So that's where I live. So you can see I live on the 34th floor. So you can basically see it's like a beautiful cloudy weather today, and that's my house. Yeah, so I live in the city. It's actually very beautiful. Yeah, I was talking. Let me get back to the uni. So I was saying, so when you go into the uni, it's amazing. It's like, you know, as an Indian, so you feel like you've come into like a mela, you know, like it's like a mela there. It's like a fest actually. You go there, there's so many students, all different nationalities, and it's like so much fun. You feel like, oh my god, wow, I want to go and talk to everybody and in different sections, you know, like there's like a band, they're singing, and there are like competitions, you know, like where you can literally like go and you know, participate in it, and if you win, like you get some gift hampers and stuff. And there's a lot of other things that in uni, actually not, I'm not able to remember because there's actually a lot of stuff. And there's one thing, there's a free food, like at least twice a week there's free food. They're like food trucks, and they provide you free food, and you like literally people line up for that free food, and actually very yummy. And Melbourne has like quite a lot of food varieties, you know, like because Melbourne is like a multicultural city, you know, place. So it actually has a lot of variety of different kind of foods here. Yeah, and even university, it literally like, you know, like it fosters like all different cultures in the university. And other things that happens in the university are yeah, there's like you can sign up for the dancing classes, and where literally like you can learn different kind of dances like Latin. You can, and even there's a dance group that represents India, and that's actually so much fun. Everybody's like hooting and screaming. So you know, so after you finish your act basically, so when I like walk out and finish my class, I'm just like so like done with that 2 hours lecture. So I literally just used to walk out and walk through the, what do you call it, walk through the lane, and I see that I see there's like a lot, there's like crowds everywhere. I'm just like, then when I go and see like what's happening, it's actually like so much fun. Like you just sit there, you don't feel like, you know, like you just finished studying, you know. It's like so entertaining, so rejuvenating after you finish studying, and you literally just go there and just sit, and you just feel like, okay, yes, you had an amazing day out, you know, at uni. So it's actually like a lot of fun being in Deakin University especially. Yeah, so I'll take another questions. Oh wow, good question. Yeah, did you spend more or less than you thought? Oh my god, I literally I feel sorry to say that, sorry dad, but yeah, whatever. I literally wasted like thousands of dollars on things that, like, you know, I could have literally like saved a fortune. I literally spent like, okay, so when you come here, there's like so many shopping complexes, and you know, so many different kind of things, especially like I'm a shopping lover. Like I literally love to shop, you know. I literally love going on a shopping spree and stuff. So when I just arrived here, I literally had like a lot of money, and I went mad like when I saw that, you know, like I was like, oh my god, I want to buy everything at once. It's nice, it's so nice, it's so nice. Because everything, like you see, it's like $10, it's $8. It seems it's less, but when you keep on when you keep on like buying stuff, it ends up being like a lot, because you don't really realize it's very expensive if you see. So yeah, I will say that when you just arrive, just be a bit calm, you know, but because you're gonna be living here, I believe, right? So you don't really have to go crazy and buy everything at once, and rather save money, because you know, like when you see places, you actually get to know how much you really need to spend for the thing. And basically one thing I would like literally suggest you all, that because Melbourne, as I told you, is not like a place where it's like extreme weather. So I would suggest you all to bring good amount of clothes, you know, like so you can actually save a lot of money. And I'm a bit biased here. I believe India has better clothes and a lot of options there, especially for girls. So yeah, so I will literally suggest you all to bring good, you know, good amount of clothes for summer, winter, and rainy season, yeah, whatever. Because so you don't really have to come here and shop here, because there's not a lot of difference. And also I would literally suggest you all to bring your own blankets, because it might be a bit cold for us sometimes, but the blankets here are not really that good. So this is one thing, you should bring your own blankets. But and also when it comes to utensils and stuff, I think you can give it a pass, you know, like you can but it's always good to get like one set of, like, you know, like cutlery and like crockery for yourself. But you don't really need to bring a lot of it, because everything is like easily accessible and easily available here. Yeah, so actually, yeah, to end the question, I was like, I literally spent a lot than I thought. I still do, but yeah, now I'm earning, so I'm just like, yeah, it's all right. How are you keeping yourself motivated in the pandemic situation, as you must be taking online education, and what you would suggest to candidates being offshore regarding online education? I basically talked about the online education already, that it's actually nice to study online, because it doesn't require a lot of effort from your side. It's actually like you can do it from your bed. So if you would want to listen to it, you can always like restart a video. Okay. Okay, so have you met some international students as friends? Oh yeah, wow, yeah, that's a good question. I wanted to talk about it. So when you're doing your course, I don't know about other courses, but basically in nursing, it's like you are allowed to choose like 3 electives, and that's like any kind of units you want to do. And I chose Arabic, and I learned a new language, whole new language, Arabic. I can talk in Arabic, I can write. I did a whole course just like other courses, other units, other subjects of nursing. Yes, I have a lot of Arab friends. I learned their culture. I learned, being with them. It was so much fun. We used to party together. They used to show me their culture. And also I have a lot of Latin friends, Latin, Arab, and Italian. It was actually nice to be friends with different cultures. So I actually have quite a lot of international students as my friends, and the experience is like literally amazing. They are literally like my family. I don't feel like like I'm an Indian, or I don't feel like an outsider being with them. Like I already as I said, while you're studying, you can actually do a lot of things that can improve your skills, and actually like fill you up with more skills and creativity. So I would literally say, if you're someone who loves exploring the stuff, definitely go and learn a new language. It's actually nice, and Deakin University provides the best kind of teaching. Yeah. Oh yeah, are you enjoying the Australian food? Have you got the taste of it? Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah. So basically, as I told you, there's nothing called Australian food, because it's like a multicultural place. So you'll basically find food from every walk, like every culture has. So if you walk in a lane, you'll find like a lot of places, but there's nothing called Australian food. You'll basically find a lot of burgers. Okay, yeah, there's trends here, Mecca's. Everybody loves Mecca's here, and that's McDonald's. So yeah, you have a lot of burgers here, burgers and chips and a beer. Okay, yeah, that's a go-to for Aussie. So yeah, and also you find a lot of Arab restaurants, like Arabic food, and you find Mexican food. That's what I've been actually eating so far. And actually, to be honest, I didn't really cook for good 8 months in the beginning, and that's such a shame, I know. But yeah, I learned, and now I literally cook like every kind of Indian food, or different. I've learned a lot different types of cooking as well in here. So yeah, I definitely got taste of food. And one thing that's actually funny, but yeah, I cannot eat spicy anymore, and Indians are famous for like their spices and everything. So yeah, I cannot really tolerate spicy food anymore. This is one thing you have to be ready, like if you don't want to cook, then you have to make sure that you have to get ready to the bland food that's served here. So it's all on you. Yeah. Do you feel homesick? No, to be honest, no. I actually just felt, it's been like, I feel like it's actually been like 1.5 years since I've been here, and I've actually just been homesick just once. As I told you, you just need to come with the mindset, like, okay, yeah, I've come here to do something to make my life. So I feel like if you're gonna think about it, you're gonna think about, okay, yeah, I miss my friends, I miss my family, I feel homesick. That's actually just gonna make you weak. So I believe you should not think about it, because like technology has helped so much. You can always, your parents, your friends, everybody is just one call away. So I feel like you should bring your heart here as well in Melbourne, like, because you should start, make a new family here. It's so much fun, making friends and making them your own. You choose your family, actually. So you should, I don't feel like I've been homesick so far, because I've been communicating. Oh yeah, this one thing that actually, since I've come to Melbourne, I've become way closer to my parents. And one thing I would literally like to tell you all, just maintain your conversation with your parents, because in this situation, I think they're the only one who are gonna help you, like when you're like in your international student, and they are the only ones who you can talk to, and they're gonna help you with everything. So yeah, just make sure you talk to your parents about everything. You share everything, your experiences with them, and how you going, what problems you're facing. So yeah, so I didn't really feel homesick, and I literally say it's all on you if you want to feel homesick or not. So I feel like Melbourne is my home. So yeah. how safe do you feel? How safe do you feel during? Okay, yeah. So basically, I got my corona tested, like the COVID testing. I went for the COVID testing as well. Few, but yeah, for hopefully, I'm like, yeah. Thankfully, it was negative. So, to be honest, I don't really feel like it's. We don't really need to make a, like an issue out of it. It's all about, what precautions, what measures are you taking to be careful. If you can stay home, and if you know, also you can meet friends who you're close to, and you know who they are meeting. You can just, like, be sure that you're meeting only right amount of people, and you know them totally, and and also, like, when you go out, just you know take safety measures, like, wear a mask, or sanitize your hands, and try to avoid using public transport. And like, I feel you can be safe. You don't really have to worry about it, and just try to stay home, or it doesn't have to be necessarily your home. Just try to stay home, try not to go out. That's how you can prevent. And I don't feel like I am unsafe or something like that. I feel I'm pretty much safe, because I've been pretty much taking every kind of precautions I would do. Oh yeah, okay, so after your graduation, which kind of jobs will you get? Is it in old age, mental health, in hospital, emergency? Okay, basically. So yeah, so Bachelor of Nursing. So in the beginning I was like, oh my god, mom, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't feel like being a nurse, because it's so overwhelming. When you go to the placements and you see, okay, yeah, so recently I just had my placement. It was in geriatric ward. That's basically a old aged care home, like, where you have to care for the old age patients. So they were like 90. I literally, like, came across a patient. She was like 101 years old, and I was like, oh my god. And they're like still alive, and they're like struggling so hard to and to live, and and like, you have to give them a wash, you have to make them eat, and you have to do like everything. So I was like, oh my god, I don't, like, literally one of my nurses, my buddy nurses, she was like, don't be overwhelmed. Sometimes you'll see stuff that's literally crazy, but do not give up the idea of nursing. And actually, that's what I was thinking. I don't want to be a nurse, like a clinical nurse, or just be in the clinics. Nah. So as soon as I complete my degree, I will have to do a few years of my clinical practice, and after that I have decided I might go into cruise ship nurse, or on board, like Air Force. So you have actually a lot of options in nursing. You don't really have to be a clinical nurse. This is one thing that I like to share, bring to notice all of you students who are planning to do nursing, that nursing is actually like a profession where you don't have to worry about being stuck in the hospital. There's a lot of other places you can literally practice your studies, or practice your skills on nursing. So yeah, as I told, it would be surely Air Force, or either cruise ship nurse. So yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do after I'm done with my graduation. Okay, yeah. So what kind of part-time job available in Melbourne for international students? Yeah. So there's, like, as I told, there's like lots of jobs available. Basically, if you do not so yeah, so if you are like a fresh student, like you just completed your high school and you just come here, so you don't really have like a lot of options, because we don't really have experience, so you cannot really fake the experience of India. They don't really consider the experience, so you basically have to go do some basic courses, like, as I told already, barista courses, some other courses you can look up. So when you do that, you literally have like a lot of job options available. You can literally work with in any cafes. They literally hire you if literally you show, like, yeah, and you have RSA. You need to have RSA and the coffee and the barista course, barista, yeah, the form, yeah. So what next? Were you 18 plus when you reached Australia for your bachelor's? If not, what challenge did you face in terms of accommodation, PT job, etc.? PT job, yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, actually I was 18 plus. I was 19. So when I came to Australia for bachelor's, and I already talked about the challenges that are faced in terms of accommodation, and one thing I would like to say, and if you're actually just planning to study and you don't really feel like you want to work, it's the best for you. You can stay on campus because it's literally just like a 5 to 10 minutes walk to your classes. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. Yep. So yeah, and otherwise, if you don't want to stay on campus, it could be a bit expensive for you. So you can literally just because it's in Burwood, the suburb. It's Burwood, so there's like lots and lots of every most of the places around the university, all the houses, they are like student accommodation, for international students. So yeah, there's a lot of accommodation options available. You just have to look at the right place, as I said. So yeah, so the one thing I'll literally say, if you can remember, it's Gumtree. If you look on Gumtree, you can literally find places, and you can go for inspections and everything. So you don't really face a lot of challenges, I believe, in accommodation, and also go for living with your own culture, that would be always helpful. That's what I think I can suggest. Okay, yeah. So I just saw that there's my experience with Map My Study. Yeah, my experience with Map My Study has been like really well. Like, when I had to go, I didn't feel like I was not bothered at all about my my whatever, like, whatever other things that you need to do before you have to go, like you actually arrive abroad, like my testing and all documents and everything. Like, I really didn't feel like I was bothered. They literally took care of everything. Like, I was at peace, and I literally got my visa, like literally just sitting at home. It was so easy. Like, I didn't feel bothered at all. Like, I literally trusted them so much, and they have been like really helpful. And I literally suggest all of you to like get your visa through Map My Study. I'm not really being biased, it's just that I'm being really honest here. Like, you should definitely go and get your visa through Map My Study, and they're gonna take really good care of you. So yeah, I love Map My Study. That's what I can say. I'm just gonna quickly have a look if I missed any question. It's already been quite a lot. I've been talking. I love talking. Yep. I think I pretty much covered everything here. So yeah, so guys, thank you so much. I actually talked a lot. I'm sorry if it was a bit fast. Sometimes when I'm talking, I go a bit fast. So yeah, and also I will literally wish you all luck with the current situation, and literally suggest you all stay home, stay safe, keep yourself busy, keep doing creative stuff, like, because I feel like this time has come to teach us something nicer. Like, I literally got a break from my busy schedule. I was working like day and night. I had 2 jobs. I was so busy. I was so into like my life, making my life. Then I was like, yeah, but later I was like, when this time came, I literally was like so relieved. I literally had the time to catch up with my family, with my cousins. Like, I could give time to myself. That was like best thing that happened during the COVID thing, that I literally it helped me with my personal growth. So I will literally suggest you all work on yourself in this, do spiritual activities, do whatever, just make the most out of this, because it's not gonna be this situation, nobody wants it again, but we can make most out of it, right? So yeah, literally just be safe and just have fun, guys. And it was actually a lot of fun talking to you all. I was a bit nervous in the beginning, but yeah, it went pretty well. And I'm sorry if I didn't answer any question. So, and all the best to all the students who are planning to come to Australia. And I'm just like, literally, guys, I really welcome you all to Australia. I'm like really happy. And if anybody of you would want to contact me, you can always follow me on Facebook and literally ask me questions personally as well. I wouldn't mind that. So yeah, just all the best and stay safe, guys. Bye.